But let's talk about something in baseball that's happening that is of great interest to fans and to executives. Why are so many players getting hit by pitches? Aaron Judge got beamed, and the Yankees, of course, were angry. Alex Verdugo was seen mouthing off, saying something like, "I'm going to get you, sucker." Luckily, x-rays were negative, as announced by the player, in total violation of every medical rule that we have or actual rule. We don't want our players announcing results of any x-rays or any MRIs. We'll do it either with a statement through our PR people, or you let the manager do it. If it's really important, you can let the GM do it. Mookie Betts is out, fractured his hand. The Marlins have a ring because of a hit by pitch. It's a long time ago, but Mike Lowell got hit, broke his hamate bone on the day when you had to set postseason rosters, traded for Jeff Conine, who helped us win a World Series. Lowell came back a month later. Little different for Mookie Betts, could be out more than a month. Nolan Arenado just left the game, got hit by a pitch when he was against the Marlins. And I started asking Coca, what's with the numbers? Where are we? Because I am very scared of the recency bias concept. It turns out that there's no bias at all. Players are getting hit more. In the history of baseball, there had never been a season where there had been 2,000 hit by pitches. Even with Don Baylor playing, there had never been a season with 2,000 hit by pitches. Now there have been 3 in a row, and this year's going to be 4. Never came up in owners' meetings, and this is what I have been thinking about for the show today. We spend time talking about bad contracts, don't sign players long-term. Let's figure out Tommy John. Let's figure out shoulders. Let's make the bases bigger so we can take care of catchers or runners. Not a lot of talk about hit by pitch. Part of the game. I think we ought to talk about it more. Why are players being hit by pitches now? Pretty obvious. 2 things will add to it. 1, velocity that leads to lack of command. 2, crowding the plate. And we teach both. On the pitching side, you want to teach, don't give away the inside of the plate, throw inside. The problem is Major League Baseball is full of pitchers who care about the radar gun, full of teams who care about the radar gun. Command used to be what I lived by. Throw strikes. You must throw strikes to stay in the big leagues. Now it's not even as important. As long as you can throw a hundo, you're good. Remember Charlie Sheen in Major League? Needed glasses. That was the joke. He couldn't throw. He had no command. He had great velocity, no command, and they said it was his eyesight. That was a joke in the industry, of course. It has nothing to do with eyesight. It's hard to command 100. And the reason we teach hitters to crowd the plate is you don't want to give away the outside. I find it all to be nerve-wracking because getting hit in the hand, not ideal. But I was a part of the worst hit by pitch that I've seen when Stanton got beamed in the face. And you could say that that was not intentional, and I would likely agree with you. It got away from Mike Fiers. It was Mike Fiers. Actually, that same Mike Fiers, who is the person behind the breaking of the Houston Astros trash can banging scandal. I'm not sure why I'm mentioning that connection, but it's true. So what can we do about it? Well, first, you have to have baseball in the commissioner's office care to convene a committee to study the fact that people are being hit, and then to figure out whether the competition committee should meet to discuss rule changes that would possibly help, because, of course, we talk about player safety. You get a third base coach killed, you got to wear helmets if you're going to be a third base or first base coach. Players get hit in the face, players get hit, hands get broken. No rule changes. Aaron Judge was angry after he got hit by his pitch. He said that they were throwing up, but then he said it's part of the game. They like to throw in. It's part of it. So Aaron Judge can be as angry as he wants. He can give you the exact reason why it's happening, and guess what's going to result? Gunnar Henderson's going to get beamed, which he was. When you beat a player, and I know for long time Nothing Personal fans, you've heard me say this, but it's worth noting to the over 70% of you who have not heard me say this. We plan the beatings. It is not a rogue pitcher who does it. It's not a rogue catcher who calls for it. It's not a rogue manager other than Tony La Russa, but I'll argue he wasn't even rogue. We know exactly who we're hitting. We know when we're hitting. We know where we're hitting. We choose the pitcher to do the hitting. It's planned. Gunnar Henderson, take a look at where he got drilled. Did he get drilled in the face? No. Did he get drilled in the hand? No. Two places to hit players, either between the numbers, although with the new unis, that's a little smaller target, or right on the tuchus. The problem is it's easier to go between the numbers with the original uniforms, bigger target, and it's easier for a player to take it because players generally know when they're going to get hit. Why do I know it? Because it sometimes happens that the catcher may just mention it. Don't be upset about the unwritten rules. I understand why Gunnar could be upset. I understand that we're in the middle. Where are we on that? We're 20 days in on the Gunnar versus Judge home run in June. Wait to see. Do you have an update for me? Either Coca or Sarah? I don't know. Judge, I don't remember his last home run, though I've been away. And I don't remember Gunnar's last home run. It could be somewhere around 5-4, 4-3, but we're already on the 20th of June, so it's worth looking at right now. So here's my suggestion to all of the baseball executives watching or those in the commissioner's office. If you want to stop players from getting hurt, it's not about allowing them to wear the armor, because that used to drive me crazy, where everyone's allowed to wear all the stuff on the elbow and all the major things you can wear. Bonds used to wear it in order to make sure that they can eat, that they can stand wherever they want, that they feel comfortable. The purpose of throwing in is so that the hitter is not comfortable. What's the score? Judge has 6 and Gunnar has 4. It's going to be tight, though I'd say I might lose that. We've got 10 days left of June. 6-4 Judge in the June home run department. Okay, back to what we were saying. Sorry about that. 1, no more armor allowed. I don't care if it's even slight. Batting gloves, fine. The thing on the shin, I'm in. A foul tip off your shin or off your heel is enough to make a grown man cry. But the elbow armor, forget it. 2, I want the boxes to be enforced. This goes to where the catcher is, will stop catchers from getting hit with bats, and it goes to where the hitters have to be. If you go look at a baseball game, when it starts, there are batter's boxes. You must be in the batter's box. What the hitters do when a game starts is they ruin the great work of the grounds crew. They immediately take their foot and they rub out the inner edge of each side of the batter's box, making it impossible for the umpire to know whether or not the hitter is actually inside the batter's box. I want to make it so the batter's box rule is actually enforced. You cannot be on the line. If you're on the line, it is a violation, and we'll start with a strike. David, that's an outrageous rule. It'll never happen. Just you wait. It's going to get talked about.